president of the Brevard County Hall of Fame wants the remains of rock legend Jim Morrison to be moved.
Yeah, that's right. Move them from his Paris gravesite to Melbourne, the birthplace of the former lead singer of The Doors. News 6's Troy Campbell is live in Brevard County tonight with what those officials are saying. Troy?
Yeah, Jim Morrison, he was born just up the street from where we are now at the former Brevard County Hospital. He's also honored here at the Brevard Hall of Fame behind me. Now, the president of the Hall of Fame, he is spearheading an effort to bring his remains back to Florida from Paris.
Most famous, most infamous, however you want to look at it, that was born in Brevard County.
Born James Douglas Morrison on December 8th, 1943 in Melbourne. Spending the first few months of his life inside this home on Vernon Place, but quickly moving to the other side of the state.
The fact that he was born here, I mean, seems like everybody knows that. Everybody knows that Jim Morrison was born in Melbourne, Florida.
Brevard Hall of Fame President John Tice says he received word officials in Paris, where Morrison is buried, were interested in returning his remains to the States, contacting the owner of his childhood home.
The officials that owned the cemetery in Paris offered his remains, according to the owner of the house on Vernon Street, to bring him there. I talked to him real recent because I heard he'd reconsidered. And he said, no, he's not going to do it. And I said, well, get me the contact information, and I'd like to see what I can do.
As lead singer of The Doors, the legendary rock star, no stranger to controversy, leaving the U.S. for Paris after an arrest warrant was issued for him out of Miami. Tice says not everyone in Brevard County would support Morrison's return.
I think it's going to be mixed reviews. I think some people will say, I can't wait. I think other people will say, shame on you.
Tice says it's his understanding that the lease for Morrison's gravesite is almost up, and officials in Paris are concerned about vandalism near his memorial. Tice now hopeful Morrison will once again return home.
If he can't be where he's at, which is where he passed away, then I think he ought to be where he was born, because where else would be better than that?
Tice also says he's still waiting to hear back from officials in Paris and expects any possible return to take some time. Also not decided yet where he would be reburied and if they would then construct a new memorial. Back to you.
All right, Troy Campbell reporting live in Brevard County tonight. Thank you.